Welcome to the first part of the Kandavu Spearfishing Island adventure. Right, so I'm in a supermarket and I'm chasing one thing only, and that is this stuff. I'm being eaten alive out here, so yeah, tropical strength by mosquitoes. So we're just loading up the boat and we're finally off to Kandavu. Got all the guns and all the gear and no idea. I'm over speed. Gee, she's packed. Well, packed to the absolute rafters. So this is what we're going to be making the ocean cross then into Kandavu. There is a ferry that you can take over to the main island that costs 40 Fijian dollars, but it's nowhere near as fun, and yeah, experience what the locals experience. It's the best. This is on the way out of Suva. There's just a small island that we pass before making our voyage across the ocean to Kandavu. On a good run, this trip should take about 3 hours, and on the way back it took a little bit longer than that, but you have to wait and see why. Out at sea we came across this large expedition ship, so we decided to hijack it, kill the crew and take the ship for ourselves. Salty wet flaps hitting your face isn't always fun. Alright, so we've just stopped because there's a huge bus stop over there, like midway in the middle of nowhere. Let's get wet, let's get some fish. Now I'm super eager to redeem myself. I'll show you a clip from a few days before where I jumped in the water and I wasn't prepared at all, but the bus stop was directly beneath me. And this is what happens when you go on for big yellowfin when you're not prepared. So I literally jumped in from the boat and I was directly on top of the tuna. So I only managed to get one band loaded. I'm on a single flopper. I don't have... this is a good way to lose your gun. I line up a shot on a single band. The fish is at a greater distance than I thought it was. It takes the line, rips immediately out. I feel crap. Fish is injured. Not great result. So this time everything's kind of rigged up. I'm on a slip tip setup. I'm going for double bands. I've got a flasher going just to try and create a bit of attention nearby me, and I'm ready for this fish. Alright, okay, so the flasher setup isn't ideal, but sometimes you gotta make do. The other option was untangling a whole heap of line that would take 15 minutes and just, yeah, potentially miss the opportunity of getting a fish. Nothing came in. I gave it 10-15 minutes of swimming around, all the birds bugging off, and it was pretty disappointing. So we continued on. First we stopped off at Davuni Island, where a few of the passengers offloaded. After this, the boat was down to just me, Mala, and Isoa. Alright, so we've just done a boat transfer, basically just down to spearing gear and the drone and stuff. Now we're all off. Now it's time to make our way down to the village on the southeast side of Kandavu. These islands are so beautiful, I cannot explain. There's Captain Mala. The visibility looks really, really good, and I can't resist jumping in the water for a quick dive. Sun's going down. It's been a long day for everyone. Slip tip's still set up, but you know what? Let's see if we can smack a fish on the way in.
How deep is it? How deep? Can't see the bottom.
The spots that we were dropping on were a bit deep. There's no sound or anything on this boat, so we're just kind of going off what we know. Come across this huge bummy coming out of the deep, and it's pretty much dead. We'd received some reports from the fishermen that the volcanic eruption and the tsunami that followed scared away a lot of the big fish, and the birds still haven't returned either, so yeah. It's really, really good to be diving back in the reef. I decided to set myself up and just wait and see what decides to come in. There's some bigger fish lurking in the back. 50. I've got options coming in. I've got moo, I've got one spot snapper, and I've got red bass. This is one of the few places you can eat red bass and not get ciguatera. So I go for the moo, I take the shot, and I miss. After reviewing the footage, the shot was clean, the moo was just too quick for me. Being conscious that there are people waiting on the boat for me that have had a big day, I did one last dive down. I saw some paddletail snapper in the distance, but unfortunately they didn't want anything to do with me, and they were off. So, unfortunately headed back up to the surface after about 10 minutes in the water, and yeah, got on the boat, called it a day, time to head to the village. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than this. And this is home for the next 5 days. Stoked. Carrying all my bags across in one trip because why not? Like an absolute pack horse. It's pretty interesting to find out how much load you can carry with your teeth. Yes, haha, you could probably make a joke about load in the mouth. Good one, guys. Quick flight of the drone just to scout the area and realise how beautiful this village really is. Alright, so we're almost at the top of the hill. My guide's been awesome. Showing me up. How's the faces carved into these guys? So apparently I'm quite unfit. Or that's just a bloody steep hill. Anyways, good fun. We'll train in pike and spear. Watch this space. Alright, say hello. Hello. With a bula. Alright, being led to the accommodation. This young fella, bit shy. Yeah. That one? Beautiful. Can't wait. Man, this place is so beautiful. So beautiful. Some of the kids of the village show me to Marla and Mina's house, and I'm absolutely stoked to get a lovely warm reception. It's like being welcomed home to a home that I haven't been to. It's beautiful. We pretty much sit down, have some dinner, and then I go straight to bed because I'm absolutely knackered. It was a big day. Guys, stay tuned for the next episode of the Kandavu spearfishing adventure, because yeah, we get onto some proper fish, get stuck into some good spearfishing, get stuck into using the Vendetta double roller. Stay tuned, stay wet, stay fed. Catch ya.